Hi Pisces! I hope that everybody is doing well. Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Discussing standards. Maybe this is something you've been thinking quite a bit about. Values, standards, how you want to be treated, how you want to be valued, what that means to you, what that looks like to you. For some of you, this is about compensation when it comes to work. This can also be energetically how you want to be exchanging with someone. It seems like you're stepping into a place where you're recognizing something needs to be said, and kind of that it's up to you to go about maybe initiating this conversation. This can be about asking price even. It's like if you run your own company, what's going on with how much you're being paid? Do you feel happy with how much you're making? Do you feel like you have money blocks? Is it something you want to be addressing? If this has to do with you at work, if you work like a more corporate job or you have somebody paying you and it's not freelance, it's about if you feel like you're valued for the work that you're doing, if you're making the type of money you want to be making, if you want to move elsewhere, even if you want to have this conversation, I'm seeing it more so be about confronting this energy, whether this be a conversation you're having with yourself about this, or it's something you're, I'm hearing bringing into the broader conversation. Pisces. For some of you, this may be even like a more serious talk. Like it could even be something going on legally for some of you. Maybe even related to something that you want to start and you're trying to figure out if you have the finances to be able to fund this. It can be very interesting. Maybe you're working on something new too. I was kind of getting this as well when I was meditating. For some of you, you may be expressing yourself creatively, like using different mediums or even different types of expression. It's like maybe once upon a time you liked to write poetry and you got in the habit of doing it, and then that kind of fell away, and it's like now you want to get back into it. Things like that. It's like ways that you like would enjoy passing the time artistically, which can take so many different forms, and maybe it's something that you're revisiting now, something that you may be interested in. For some of you, there's also that sense of being like, you know what, I'm happy where I am, and I actually don't want to be leaving, like I'm good with things, but it's about like you checking in with yourself and making sure that you still are okay with how things are going. Because you may have even, like some of you could have even had like an offer to go elsewhere or do something else or connect with someone else, and there's a sense of not taking this. I'm seeing the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups is like something presents itself to you. I'm seeing this be something new. Something presents itself to you, and maybe even like has some sort of banter or like back and forth with you about like, are you interested or are you not interested? Do you want to take this? Is it something you want to explore? And with the Four of Cups, it's like something that doesn't really like pique your fancy, so to speak. It's like you don't feel particularly interested in this. I feel like not everything is as straightforward as it would initially seem. It's like you don't take the offer to do something. This can also be you trying to start something up with someone and they weren't interested in doing it. But but let's just stay with one narrative, and you can switch the energy if that fits for you. Because I'm seeing, like, I'm seeing something that was turned down, and then immediately after, it's like someone over here feeling very, very stressed out. Yeah, what I'm seeing here, it's like this person's really struggling to keep all of that up, and I'm kind of seeing them looking at this new opportunity over there. It's like something that doesn't have all of the weight that's related to what you're carrying right now, and maybe it seems like a better opportunity to you. It seems too like you could have even been doing something, and it's like it got so built up, and there's just so much there that maybe you want to leave it all together. Maybe it feels too stressful to maintain right now, or it feels overwhelming or overburdening to you. And it's like you have the opportunity to branch out in a way or do something else. Like, I'm seeing this offer look really appealing in relation to where you are right now. So it's like maybe even something circumstantial. And maybe that's also something you're thinking about too. You're like, if I were in a different position, would that actually appeal to me? So maybe we're trying to understand the motivation better as well. More clearly. Yeah, you may need some time to think with the Four of Swords here. It's like something you want to step back from before you step towards is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm seeing both the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like this opportunity presents itself to you, and then it's like you check in with yourself. You need time to think about it. It's like take the weekend to consider it. And then it's like when you wake up on Monday morning, there the new beginning is for you. But I don't know if you're going to take it or not. Like, this still may be something that's being considered, but it's like an option that's now become available to you. Maybe you're also waiting on some sort of news. I saw the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it feels like something's gotten too involved that you've been doing. It's like there are too many people here. Or maybe too much energy in general. It's like you're trying to feel what you're feeling, but it's really hard with all of the people around or all the different energies. It feels like there may be some support that's going to be coming through for you too with the Three of Cups here. But it may be something that you need to, it's like, so you have a support system, whether this is you connecting with your guides or it's you connecting with people on the physical plane, but you may need to ask for the help if you need help with something. So this is also about when the King of Swords initially came out, what I thought was that you may be you may find yourself in a position right now where you need to be more vocal, and it may be something uncommon for you to do for the situation or the setting. It's like something that maybe isn't natural for you, or you don't feel particularly comfortable doing this, but you know that it's necessary. I'm seeing it's related to the throat chakra. It's like you have to put something in like concrete words here. So it's something that you have to be direct with, or again, like asking for help, or you need some support, or to let somebody know what's going on here. I'm seeing that it's necessary for you. Like if you want help managing the stress that you're experiencing, it's like for some of you feel like you're not being compensated and like maybe stressing over like finances in some sort of way. This can also be like energetically feeling depleted too. It's like you feel like you have a lot of responsibility. It's like time to phone a friend maybe. But you're like, well, which friend do I reach out to? Who am I going to call? It's like, and maybe you want support and you're trying to figure out like who can even be supportive for you at this time, or who to even ask. Or maybe it's like a conversation you're trying to have with your guides, and I don't know. It seems like it's been made complicated for some reason. It's like you communicating feels maybe just a confidence issue. Yeah. It feels like you're getting more comfortable speaking out about something, whereas maybe before you hadn't been. Maybe there's even an opportunity that's presented itself to you and you're being kind of shy about it and you actually wanted to do it, but maybe because of like a lack of confidence, even you were unsure about whether or not you wanted to do this or not, whether or not you wanted to do this. For some of you, it could also involve another person. It's like whether this be, for some of you, this may involve another person, whether this be something. Okay. For some of you, this is something creative. It's like a project that you want to start. It's something that you've been thinking about. You want to link up with someone. You don't know if they want to link up with you to work on this thing. It can be like a business partnership, something like that even. For others of you, this can be a relationship. It's like you recognize that you're going to have to be the one to say something to this person, and you may feel a little bit intimidated by this person's energy. It's like maybe they're really just that attractive to you. It's like you want to start you want to start Pisces. You want to start something with them, but you don't know what they're going to say. It's like I'm seeing you need to cool off for a second. It's like you have to think about something. Maybe too, like for some of you, you could also be trying to picture how somebody's going to receive something. It's like, do they see the connection too? As I said before, this can be a partnership. It's like, would they want to work with me too? Like, do they think I'm creative? Is this something they'd want to do together? And if it's a relationship, it's like, oh, would they find me attractive too? This feels very new. I'm also hearing nuanced. And it seems like maybe two seemingly different energies coming together here with the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. It's very interesting because like usually like air and fire complement each other very well. Like I'm seeing a lot of complementary energy between you and this person, especially because it seems like there's a similar goal in focus, but it's something that because it hasn't been spoken about, maybe you're unsure about. It's like you don't know if they're going to take this offer or not. You don't even know if they want a new beginning or not. It's like you don't know where they are with things mentally, emotionally, energetically. So it's like you're going to have to find out. You have to have that conversation with them. I'm hearing pull up. Like maybe take action. Don't actually pull up anywhere unless you've been invited or you've talked about it first. This came through in the Aquarius reading too. It's like, make sure that we have consent before we're doing things. Or that you've already had a conversation. Not everybody's on the same page with things. Maybe you also don't know if this person has something going on too. It's like, for some of you, if you're interested in starting a relation, I'm seeing so many different storylines. If you're interested in starting a relationship with someone or even initiating a conversation about that, you may not know if they have someone else. Like, you may not know if they're single or not, to put it more simply. For those of you that this is a business partnership, it's like you may not know if they have other projects or other people that they're entertaining, working with. And so there's a sense of, yeah, I'm seeing this being so drawn out, Pisces, but all that needs to happen is just a conversation. And maybe this is something you're realizing too. You're like, the more hesitant I am with actually bringing this to light, I'm seeing you just trying to figure it all out without having a conversation with the person. It's like, why are we doing this? This is like a dance all between you and yourself here until you actually invite this other person into the conversation space with you. Why the hesitance? It's like, are you just uncomfortable speaking up? Like, for some of you, you could be intimidated by this person. It's like, maybe their energy is just different than you've experienced before. It's like a new experience and you feel hesitant about that. It's like something you're going to need to be confident with in order to get your point across, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. So it's like maybe you're trying to appeal to someone and you don't know how to do that because you don't know what's appealing to them even. Just be yourself. It's always the best way to go, Pisces. I feel like there's a lot of weight as well that's lying on the opportunity for a new beginning for you, because there's a sense of asking yourself the question, like, what is going to feel fulfilling to me in an instance? What type of situation am I imagining for myself? What does this look like for me? What isn't working for me right now? Am I staying in a situation that I don't feel fulfilled in? Am I ready to branch out to something new? What's holding me back from doing that? If something is holding me back from doing that,